We made it. It's the last song to be released in this year's Eurovision season. This is Pete from Eurovision, direct from Liverpool, the home of the 2023 Eurovision Song Contest. Let's go off to Georgia. So here we are. It's the final song to be released in this year's Eurovision season, and it comes from Georgia. Before we do that, I just want to talk about something that happened today. The Belgian entry, Gustav, was in Liverpool on Radio Merseyside talking about his entry, and I was really lucky to meet him today and got an autograph off him. He is a incredibly nice guy. We had a little chat about his experiences at the national final. So that was just a little throwaway thing to add to what's happened to my day. Right, back to Georgia. Georgia is going to be represented by Iru, and I do hope I've pronounced that right. I've watched a few other reaction videos to make sure that I have, so apologies if I haven't. And the song is called Echo. Now, when I heard that there's going to be a song in Liverpool called Echo, I thought it was going to be about our local newspaper, but it turns out it's not. I'm sure I'm not the first one who's made that joke, so apologies if you've heard it about 40 billion times already. But let's listen to the song. As always, I'll listen to it and then give the reaction afterwards. Copyright, blah, 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 blah. So this is the Georgian entry, Iru with Echo. Okay. So when I first heard literally the first 1 or 2 seconds of that song, and you hear that sort of, I thought it was going to be like the French entry or the UK entry or the Israeli entry, where you've got that sort of brass or string building up thing, followed by a very quietly sung verse. And it's not. What I've actually written is I thought it was going to be like that. And then if you can see, pow, like it just, that was my first thought. When as soon as she starts singing, you're just hit with her vocal, and her very good vocal it is too. The chorus throughout the song is just an absolutely relentlessly pounding song. The way she sings, sort of at you, and the drum beat that goes with it, and all the instrumentation that goes with it is very. It just comes at you, not in the same way as sort of the Finnish entry where you're sort of being constantly beaten for 90 seconds, but it is a sort of relentlessly powerful opening, and throughout the choruses. I think her vocal is lovely. I think she sounds great, and again, it's a song that will demonstrate the range, particularly when you get to that third chorus and she goes ooh, or whatever. I can't remember it, but that was really sort of good, strong stuff. The second verse was done differently enough from the first verse, but it didn't quite feel so repetitive. If you compare to what we said about Armenia, for example, where the second verse bears no relation to the first, you can tell that one builds on from the other in this song, and I think they've done it in a really, really well. I also that sort of bit. I think that's really nice, and it happens a couple of times throughout the song. My worry for this song was by the time you got sort of 2 minutes 20 in, where was it going to go? And I've even written down how will the final 40 seconds go and where will it go? And then you get that big note, that sort of ha note. So yeah, I'm very positive about this song, as I have been about so many of them this year. Again, it's one of those songs that I didn't quite get the goosebumps from it that I get from other songs, but you could tell that this is a song that's going to be performed well on the night. And actually, again, what I've written down is that the way the video has been presented with the dancing and the costumes lends itself really well to how it could possibly be performed on stage. I see smoke, I see big flappy costumes, I see lots of dancing going on all around her. Maybe they won't do it like that. What do I know? It's in semi-final 2, and it's in the second half. So would you end the show on this? You possibly could. It's a nice one to end the semi-final on. As we've said, semi-final 2 has come into criticism as being the weaker of the two semi-finals. So I don't think qualifying is going to be an issue for this one. I think there's enough televote enthusiasm across Europe for this one. In the days of the juries, this probably would have sailed through. In the days of a televote, I still think it will get through. How will it do if it, or when or if, would it ever gets to the final? I think it's pushing into the top 15, maybe even into the top 10. It's just one of those ones that if people get behind it, it will be it'll be great. And if not, I sort of feel like it's one of those songs that you'll get that final note at the end, and you'll either get ecstatic applause throughout the whole of the Liverpool arena, or you'll just get a sort of very muted sort of. And I think it's going to be the former rather than the latter. I enjoyed that. I thought that was really good. And I've enjoyed so many of the songs this year. I think there was a lot of concern about how good this year's contest was going to be. And I think that concern is unwarranted. I think now that we have all 37 songs, I think this, as I said in my video for Armenia, I think this is a really good year. And I think we're going to have a great time in Liverpool, which, as I remind everyone, is just down the road from me. Do you agree? Do you disagree? If so, like, comment, share, subscribe. I've only got 67 followers, so what do I know? I know absolutely nothing. I've managed to get through an entire video without using the words girl bop or rock band or dance track, so that's progress, because I have no idea what those words mean because I'm an old man. Anyway, that's all for today. This is Pete from University, direct from Liverpool, the home of the 2023 Eurovision Song Contest, saying we'll see you soon.